Alrighty, it is Monday, September 29th, and today's episode is just going to be tournament recap. We had our 40k tournament this past weekend, and I'm just going to put up the pictures here and go through how the tournament went, talk about the lists, talk about who won, so on and so forth. Alrighty, so this tournament was a 2,000 point tournament, 40k, obviously, and I was very strict this time. I said a couple things. One, rounds are 2.5 hours. Scores have to be submitted within 5 minutes of a round ending. If they are not, both players receive a zero. And then additionally, I said that if you did not complete at least 12 turns throughout the course of the day, you were ineligible for prizes. I do this because I think that 2,000 points is slowly becoming unwieldy in a typical tournament round. I think the points drops are getting ridiculous at this point. And so if people want to play 2,000 points, that's fine, but we are not going to be slow playing and finishing 2 rounds in 2.5 hours. So, if you come up against a slow opponent and you only get 2 rounds done, well, then you better finish your next 2 games. And if it becomes a problem and you feel like you're not the one slow playing, then you should play with a chess clock. And then you can never be screwed out of time if you're playing with a chess clock. We played layout 1 for all 3 rounds of this, just for simplicity's sake. We could have switched it around, but just leave the terrain where it is, and no one has to deal with moving it or whatever between rounds. We played missions A, G, and O. So that's take and hold with the tipping point deployment. And then second round is Purge the Foe, my personal favorite mission. It's the old ITC kill one, kill more, hold one, hold more. I think that's the best mission in this current pack, and I would happily play it every round if we could. And that was with the Hammer and Anvil deployment. And then Mission O, which is Terraform with the Crucible of Battle deployment. So we started off this tournament with 12 players. We actually had 16 signups the night before, and between the time I went to bed on Friday night and woke up on Saturday morning, we had 4 drops. So that wasn't great, but that seems to be the way with tournaments. Nothing you can really do about it. Just how it is. So we had a Death Guard player. We had a Chaos Demon player, a Chaos Knights player, a Custode player, a second Custodes player, an Emperor's Children player, a Guard player, a Black Templars player, a second Guard player, a World Leaders player, a AdMech player, and finally a Dark Angels player. So this tournament was ultimately won by the AdMech player. He was running a list that consisted of I don't really understand the army in general. What I do know is that I could look at his list and see that he had a ton of flying guys. He had 30, I believe, Taraxi. Maybe it was only 25, but it was a lot. And then he had 20 infiltrators, 20 rust stalkers, I think, maybe just 10 rust stalkers, a couple disintegrators, and then some vanguard, some rangers, and Belisarius Call, bringing up the rear, I suppose. Apparently, new Call is very good. I haven't really spent the time to look at this army really at all recently, but apparently, new Call is quite strong. So in round 1, he faced off against the Chaos Demons player. The Demon player was running a list that I call OTF, Operation Triple Fat, and he was running 3 Great Unclean Ones. Pretty cool list. The AdMech player did end up winning 90-58, but it's fun to see those lists running around, even if they don't always win. And then the person who ended up competing for first place, he was running AdMech. He was running Guard. His list was Acadian Command Squad, a Luminous Commander, Leontis, of course, and then 2 engine seers. He had 2 units of Cadian shock troops, 1 unit of Death Corps, a artillery team, a basilisk, a unit of Karskin, a Leman Russ executioner, and 3 Rogel Dorns. He went up against the Emperor's Children player, who was running Fulgrim, some various characters, the stuff from the army box that came out. Not really a optimized list, more of like, here's all the cool models, and let's bring them to the table. Immaculately painted. If he had been able to stay the whole day, he would have won Best Painted. Unfortunately, he had to leave early, so Best Painted went to a different player. But the Emperor's Children army was excellently painted. Definitely the best painted at this event. So then in round 2, the AdMech player went up against the World Eater player. The World Eater player had a similarly funny list to the 3 Great Unclean ones. He had Karn, then he had some scattered things here and there, some 8-bound, some Berserkers. But then he had a Land Raider and a Lord of Skulls. So that was fun. Quite a fun list. He did obviously end up losing to the Guard player. And then the AdMech player went up against the other Guard player. This was a tank-heavy list. It had an Executioner, a Vanquisher, 2 Rogel Dorns, some Sentinels, and a Shadow Sword. That was a fairly close game. The AdMech player won 96-75. So then in round 3, of course, our only 2 undefeated players were our AdMech player and our Guard player. They faced off on the top table. The AdMech player did end up taking it out 93-54. So final standings of the tournament was the AdMech player in first, 3 wins with 279 battle points. Second place was one of the Custodes players with 2 wins and a tie and 225 battle points. And then in third place was the World Eaters player, 2 wins and a loss with 228 points. Favorite army was voted on. We always do this at our events. We like to spread the prizes out a little bit more, not just front load the prizes on first place. So what we do is first place wins 30% of the money, second place wins 20%, third place wins 10%, and then favorite army, which is voted on by the players at the event. They can pick their favorite army based on any criteria they want. They just can't pick themselves. So that can be if you like the paint job, if the person was a really good sportsman, you can pick anything you want. It's just your favorite army at the event. They get 20% of the prize money, and then Best Painted gets 20% of the prize money. So, 40% of the prize money is going to things that are not related to being ultra competitive, which I think is a good balance. 60% still goes. It is a tournament after all. You are trying to win. 60% of the prize money goes to those people, and 40% goes to the maybe more hobby or relaxed focused people. So, favorite army was the Tank Heavy Guard list. And then Best Painted went, like I said, first place was the Emperor's Children player. Unfortunately, he had to leave early. I don't give prizes to anyone who doesn't play all 3 games. It's just a blanket rule we have all the time, just so someone who, if somebody comes for 1 game with an immaculately painted army, they don't get a prize if they don't play the next 2 games. And then, so the prize had to pass to somebody else. That was the AdMech player. You can't win 2 prizes at our events, though. It's we like to spread the love around. So he won first place, which is a bigger prize. So the Best Painted passes to the next player, and that was the Dark Angel player. The Dark Angel player actually had my favorite list at the event. He was running all 30K models, some as proxies, some as legends. So, for example, he was using his Cenobium Knights as Deathwing Knights, his Deathwing Companions as Sword Brethren. No, not Sword Brethren. What are they called? Blade Guard. So yeah, it was an excellent looking list. He also had a Fellblade in the list, so props to him. I think the Fellblade is pretty terrible, all things considered. It didn't make its points up in any of the games, but it looked awesome, and I'm always happy to see a a 30K list on the board, even if it is 40K. So that was the prize breakdown. Overall, happy with the event. I wish we had had more players. I wish we hadn't had last second drops, but it is what it is. There's nothing you can really do about that. So, in general, very happy, and congrats to the AdMech player who took it out. All right, well, that will do it for this episode. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you enjoyed the video, I would encourage you to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more tournament recaps like this in the future, and I will see you tomorrow.